Remember that one?
What? Is that a movie?
You cover the, with thumb tip you cover the join. They used to say, do that with a thumb tip is natural because you cover the join.
Really? That looks very natural.
That's how they do. Shahid Malik does the. There's a clip of him doing the national command performance, and he does a silk vanish, and he goes like that with his fingers because it covers the join of the thumb tip.
That's not very natural.
No, that's more like it, isn't it?
What about that one? Remember people doing that one?
Remember this one? It's the vanish. People go like that in the shop like that. They vanish. It looks like they go. Let's put it in there and just do a bit of this. It's a beautiful Melbourne morning out there. Welcome, friends of magic, citizens of illusion, to this fortnight's episode of Magic Mornings. I'm Dean. This is Kamal.
The one and only.
The one and truly only my perennial friend of magic.
What's the difference between perennial and annual in terms of friends?
No idea. What's the difference between this mug and that mug? They've both got Piper Magic on the front. This is the company that we are sponsored by. Or we sponsor. I don't get it.
Yeah, it's something.
Anyway, this is the first time I've mentioned it. Call these guys. They will help you out.
Magically or otherwise?
Otherwise.
Oh, excellent.
Always otherwise.
Excellent.
Anyway, cheers. Good to see you again.
And you as well.
Yes.
That wasn't staged at all.
Well, there's nothing in these. What's that? Still going to drink it.
Why not? Why not? Now, Dean.
What have we got this week, Kamal?
This week, in our recurring segment that I like to call What's New in Cat Magic.
Oh, yeah.
That old segment.
That old chestnut segment.
We have
Cat's Paw.
Amazing Magic Cat's Paw. Produced to us. Produced from?
Produced from to us, Illusionist by.
Illusionist.
Let's put all of the words in the wrong order in this week's episode and see if you can figure it out. Maybe Sean Piper can cut it. Maybe that's a challenge for Sean because he's not busy enough. He can, like, we just say everything wrong order out, put together Sean in the show in there.
Would you like a bigger shovel, Dean?
What happens in Cat's Paw?
So Cat's Paw is a neat little trick. It's a great trick to perform for children. Maybe not for children to do. It's a little bit tricky for kids to do.
Yeah, it's a bit fiddly, but it's worth it.
Yeah, we have a little cat's paw come out of nowhere.
I know a joke about
do you?
cat. Yeah.
Okay, you tell that first.
So this guy was in with his girlfriend. She's got a cat and he's sick of the cat. When she's at work one day, he thinks, I'm getting rid of this cat. So he drives a couple of suburbs across town and he lets it go. And he drives home, and when he gets home, the cat's sat in the kitchen waiting for him. He thinks, it's weird. Anyway, next day, he's like, I'm definitely getting rid of this cat. Wait till his girlfriend goes to work, puts the cat in the boot. He drives it like to Geelong, right? Lets it go. Gets back home, hour and a half later, comes to the kitchen, cat's out there like that. He thinks, right, that's it, I'm definitely getting rid of this cat tomorrow. So he waits till his girlfriend goes to work and he puts the cat in a bag and he puts the bag in the boot and he drives it all the way like to the New South Wales Victoria border.
Oh.
What's that place called?
Echuca?
Somewhere like that, yeah. He's like, right, walks down the bottom of this lake, he puts the cat in the bag, chucks the bag in the lake, gets back in the car, he's driving around for hours. He's driving around for hours in Echuca. Calls up home, his girlfriend answers, he goes, oh yeah, is that you? She says, yeah. He says, is your cat there? She goes, yeah. He goes, well, put him on, I'm lost. Was it worth
it? No.
So a lot of people will get that and they'll go, Kamal just has no sense of humour. So Cat's Paw is not as catastrophic as that joke. It's actually quite good.
Have you done that joke for real people?
Which is almost dog backwards, which works. For real people? Yeah. You mean like on stage?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe once or twice. But not many times.
Were they paying customers?
No.
Okay.
They were paying cats.
Good.
To be customers.
So Cat's Paw is you have a little ball of yarn, a very tiny, minuscule ball of yarn.
Supplied.
Yes, supplied.
Gimmicks. For those of you that love gimmicks.
We won't tell you how it works, but it is gimmicky in some small way.
But you could use it in a chop cup.
That's too much.
You could use the cat's paw in your chop cup too. You say a little cat's hand. Put it in the cup, shake it up. You can hear it inside there. I put it inside my pocket.
I don't recommend that.
Alright.
No, just
I don't either.
no. Keep them apart.
Yeah.
But you get the little ball of yarn. You do get the little cat's paw supplied as well. placed on your palm, and the cat's paw appears mysteriously out of nowhere to
comes out.
steal the ball of yarn away.
I'm sure we're watching the video right now from the trailer. It's a very exciting little bit of, it's unusual magic.
It's great, it's very visual.
Yeah, it's great to do for kids at parties, if they're not kids' parties, but if kids are at like functions you're performing at. But also on the video trailer, you know, he's not showing it to kids. He's showing it to, like, you know, grown-up people, and they're just losing themselves over it too.
That could be because they're at a cat lovers convention.
They're at a cattery.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're at a cattery, and people are coming in boarding their cats, and then they're doing this trick. Yeah, no, it's a really good trick though, isn't it? We enjoyed it, didn't we?
I like this.
It's a nice stocking
It's
filler.
very cute. It's a good stocking filler.
Good stocking
Takes
filler.
a little bit of skill.
Because Christmas is coming.
Sure.
And it's a good stocking filler.
Sure. What month is it? Is it again, Dean? The month of merriment?
The month of Yuletide.
Yuletide, good.
Month of Yuletide.
So Dean, who's buying this?
Well, I guess, again, you know, it's a bit like the hot rod, Lego hot rod from last week. Anyone who's out there doing magic working and stuff, and it's a very packed, small, plays, big thing that you can have in your pocket if there's, like, small children, or it's a little thing. Anyone who's, like, doing, it's like a roving thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a roving sort of vibe.
So you'd say pack small, play small?
Pack small, play small, is small, cat small.
That's all.
Small cats. What was I going to say? Yeah, but it's also great for beginners, you know, because it's good. I think it's quite nice. This sort of thing gets you used to, you know, doing like maybe not advanced moves, but a little bit more intermediate, like angle stuff. And, you know, you can learn a lot by working a trick like this up, because you've got to really be careful about where people are looking and where. Not that it's that angly, it's just a little bit fiddly.
That's good though. It looks amazing. As
yeah,
you
it's
will
cute.
have seen. So
it's really cute.
That is Cat's Paw, or the Amazing Magic Cat's Paw by Illusionist.
We enjoyed it.
I like that a lot. Now, in our weekly segment, Dean, that I like to call What's New from Switzerland.
Oh yeah, What's New from Switzerland?
I'd like
our
to
weekly recurring segment.
Present you Project Swiss Army by Brandon David and Chris TURCHI?
Chris the Turkey. And we put him in the same room with the cat from Cat's Paw. It was a massive fight. There were feathers everywhere. You should have seen it.
Oh dear. So this is Chris TURCHI. TURCHI. Yeah. Actually, Dean, you know somebody famous from Switzerland, Roger Federer.
Yes.
Somebody once asked him, "What's the best part about being from Switzerland?" And you know what he said?
No.
He said, "Oh, the flag's a big plus."
And you didn't like the one about the cat?
No.
Have you ever done that plus flag?
I have actually. People love it.
Do they?
Yeah, don't people? Yeah,
Jeez,
no. It's
wow,
all on
what kind
Facebook.
of gigs you're doing
I
these
saw it
days,
from
mate.
Facebook.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? There are some great memes on Facebook that you just think, oh, I wish I'd written that. You wait a couple of years, you just do them, no one knows.
I see. Is that okay? Is that your show now?
Yep.
Just 2-year-old memes?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So Dean, tell us, what is Project Swiss Army?
Again, this is something that when I first opened it, I was like, but I really came round to this.
Okay.
You know, it's basically, well, look, it's a trick deck. Is that too much?
Are we allowed to say that?
I don't know, well, I've just said it now.
Too late.
It's a trick pack that enables you to do, well, on the video, it enables you to do one of 3 different things. You can either have a card placed in the deck and then get it out really quickly, okay? Or you can, I'm trying to find the right words to say without giving too much away. You can remove the 4 aces flourishy in a flourish style way from the deck with this particular pack. And there's one other one. Oh yeah, there's a really good thing that, I don't know whether it's TURCHI or Brandon that does this, but I think it might be Brandon. He does a riffle style force without having to hold a break at the back.
Yeah, that's quite good.
This deck will facilitate that. You can do as many cards as you like forcing there with this particular gimmick.
So Dean, would you
Very
liken
clever
this?
idea.
Would you liken this to any other particular trick deck on the market?
Well, there is a deck called the Extractor deck, right? Which is brilliant. If you're expecting this to be the same kind of engineering as that, you've got another thing coming. Right? This is not the same.
Is that an honest opinion, Dean?
Well, as honest as I could get. It's not the same kind of engineering. The Extractor is very expensive. I think retails at about $120 or something over here. Basically, a card goes in the middle of a boxed deck. You put it in your pocket. You can come straight back out, and you can peek what it is as you're putting it away with Extractor. You're not gonna. It's the same effect essentially, except you can't do a peek.
Yep.
But it's not the same engineering. It's not as slick. Okay.
But still good.
Still good. And if you're someone who works with cards quite a lot, it could almost be the same as the Extractor. I've tried it at the end of card to pocket, because I used to do that with the Extractor at the end of card to pocket and have the card appear in a different pocket, pull straight out of the box. But you can have the card placed into the deck when the deck is inside the box. put the deck in your pocket and come straight back out with it. And that's the trick that they do. No, it's very good.
Yeah.
It's very strong. That's the trick that they do.
Yep.
There's nothing surreptitious. They don't use it to get one ahead, as I would have done that to get one ahead, and maybe load into a wallet or something.
Yeah.
But these guys just do it all out. But I guess that's the way it is now with Magic. Things are a little bit faster than they used to be, maybe. So they go like time, how long it takes to get the card out of the deck, done before the person can even start the watch.
Yep.
And the other two effects work in a completely different way. You know, that you can sort of strip the aces out in a flourishing style way, and the force. But I really enjoyed it. It took me a while, but once I was watching them on the video, which is good quality, Murphy's Magic produced the product and the video. I really like this.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good. I could see myself doing that, using that.
So apart from yourself, who else is buying this?
Well, anyone who likes card tricks and anyone who buys card tricks. Anyone who likes trick packs. There's a lot of trick packs around these days.
Yep.
Yeah.
Skill-wise, how much skill do you think this requires?
Well, it's not so much skill as in card skill. It's skill as in you've got to develop the confidence, I think, to be able to use a deck that's so. And the gimmick on it is it's very clever, but it's very simple.
Yes,
it's a very simple
idea, but done well.
Yeah, you couldn't do it yourself. I mean, you could, but it wouldn't be quite as smooth, let's say.
No, I really like this one. It's clever. Again, like Dean said, it's similar to the Extractor deck, but it isn't. I think it's well made. I can't remember what this retails for, but a lot less than the Extractor deck.
A lot less than the Extractor.
And I think if you're in the market for
Talk to Piper's Magic.
If you're in the market for this type of an effect, I think it's good. I think it's good. I mean, I probably wouldn't use it myself, or I'd need to find the right kind of routine to put this into. But in the right routine, this would be killer. Absolutely.
Well, I think even the first routine that they do, that they go into depth with, where you just have the card put in the deck and then you pull it out. Oh, the other thing about this too that you can't do with Extractor is that you can spread the deck.
Ah, yes, of course.
You can use, it's the same deck that's being used the whole way through.
Yes.
So you can spread the deck, have them. Well, they can't freely select a card. You've got to manufacture that in a little way. But then there's no need for a deck switch anymore. So it's a little bit like a tube of toothpaste. You're pushing one end and you get, it's like that kind of idea of like.
Terrible analogy.
Well, no, but the tube-based theory of Magic, it's true. Like you could get like what's good about something will be bad about something else, and what's bad about that will be the two ends of a tube of toothpaste. So it's good. But that one basic routine where you pull the card out from the pocket would be a really great one to work up.
Yep, that'll serve you.
Take a card, put it back in the deck. It's in the box, and put it away. Time how long it takes to. And I've done it. And then you could practice maybe putting that into a full palm and then going somewhere else with it later, which. With Extractor, delivers the card straight into a classic palm. With this, you'd have to reposition somewhat.
Now, there are other ungimmicked routines which do the same thing as this. I know Darwin Ortiz has a couple of routines where you do the same thing. You take the card back in the deck goes in the pocket, and you time how long it's going to take for me to get the card out. But this is like a million times easier. This is practically self-working.
It's a million times easier, and it literally, with the Darwin effect, correct me if I'm wrong, but the deck can't be in the box, and then you can't push the card out.
It's nowhere near as...
There's a control that happens before it goes in the box,
Absolutely.
Right? You don't need any controls with this. It just goes in the middle. It's lost in the middle. It's genuinely lost. You close the box, you go in, and you pull it out.
Yep, it looks amazing.
It's great. I love this.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so I'd be working this. I'd advise anyone to buy this.
Great. You know what? I'm expecting a call from Roger Federer later on, so I imagine he'll be wanting one of these.
I'm expecting a call from Roger Federer complaining about your joke about him.
Joke.
And why isn't there more cat jokes on this episode? Because he's watching it.
Yeah.
Let's face it, Federer.
Absolutely. Why wouldn't he be? Everyone's watching this.
Why wouldn't he be? Of course.
Now, Dean,
why wouldn't he be? Yes,
on to our next segment.
Our next recurring fortnightly segment.
In our recurring segment that I like to call What's New in Cardboard Packaging.
What's new in tricks that come in the cardboard from the factory?
This is the inexplicable, not completely inexplicable because it comes with instructions.
Well, it's also completely explained on the front. There's nothing inexplicable about it.
Inexplicable thrift store.
If it was really inexplicable, it would just be called The Inexplicable.
Yes.
And they'd leave it at that, wouldn't they?
Because that couldn't be explained.
Exactly, but they're going on to explain.
You think we're thinking about this one a little bit too much?
We may be, because I quite enjoyed this.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So this is, it says good luck on the front here in little writing. I don't know if you can see that.
It says good luck with your purchase.
That scares me a little bit.
Good luck. Do you think it's good luck? Do you think it's a bit like you might never get this to work?
Maybe. No. But this is not. What was that star thing again? Stella?
Stella. Oh yeah, Stella. Well.
I couldn't get it to work. Anyway,
it was one stellar in a competition, by the way.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just so you know, there'll be more competitions.
Excellent.
Yes.
So, Dean, tell us about the inexplicable or explicable.
Explicable, the more explicable and inexplicable thrift store find.
Yep.
Well, this is. Shall I hold it?
Yeah, sure.
Phil Smith, who came up with this, he's got quite a lot of like evocative little sort of like strange object d'art style effects. He's a very charismatic guy. He's very, I like watching him on his videos and stuff. It comes with everything you need to do the trick. It's a bit. You tell a story about how you when you were a kid, you had comic books, and on the back there things you could buy, like X-ray glasses and the hand buzzer. And you're always disappointed because when you got them, they didn't actually work. The hand buzzer just vibrated. The glasses were... Well, actually, those glasses were real. You could see people naked with them, couldn't you? Did I get them from somewhere else? I got them from some other website. But he goes like, but the inexplicable thrift store find that I bought, the little game, works every time. It's a psychic game that works every time. And so you present all these lovely props, and the props look really good. I mean, like,
they're good.
Yeah,
there's like a 20-sided dice in there. There's a little token thing you might find in like a board game.
Yeah, it is like a little board. It's like a board game meets a fortune-telling setup, isn't it?
Yep.
And I'm sure we'll probably be watching some video of that on here right now.
When I was a kid, I was fascinated by the bizarre and surreal novelties advertised in the back of comic books that I would read. From X-ray specs to sea monkeys to a device that would give someone an electric shock when you shook their hand, I later discovered that all these companies peddled was disappointment. Sea monkeys aren't monkeys that live in the sea. The device that gives someone an electric shock just buzzes slightly and gives them a mild surprise. And of course, X-ray specs do not allow you to see through other people's clothes. Trust me. There was one product, however, that these companies sold that was not a bitter disappointment. It was called the Psychic Game. It sold for 1 year only, it worked every single time, and no one ever knew how. Inside the box is an old-fashioned dice, a counter, and a series of game cards that tell you how to play the game. As you play the Psychic Game, an audience member makes a genuinely random choice using the ungimmicked dice. As the game unfolds, it becomes clear that the outcome was predicted from the very start, not by you, but by the game itself. It works every single time. No one knows how, except you. This is Inexplicable Thrift Store Find.
You play a little game with a participant, which is what you call them when it's mentalism.
That's
you play a little game with a participant where they throw a dice and they literally are counting from whatever end the numbers would dictate. It's all random. It's hard to explain, but it's all random. You count along, and the order that you land on with the little games counter on the cards is the exact order that they've been predicted on the back that they would be revealed in.
So it's a prediction effect.
It's a prediction effect.
With lots of convoluted bits in between.
Wrapped up in like a nice storyline.
I see.
So
counting.
And counting. Counting storyline.
I love
and
counting
predictions.
and
in fact, this is one of the best counting convoluted prediction style game
slash
theme
mentalism
tricks I've ever seen.
in cardboard packaging.
In cardboard packaging, indeed.
So, Dean, who's buying this piece of cardboard packaging?
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you went down the route of saying cardboard packaging there, not piece of something.
Well, it is the.
No, it really isn't a piece of that. It's good magic. It's really good. Well, I think that people who are interested in mentalism will be buying it.
Starting out in mentalism, maybe?
Starting out in mentalism.
Pretty easy to do.
Or I don't know, though. Maybe it's not people who are starting out in mentalism. Maybe it's just, it's different. If you're looking for something different, it's not cards, it's not coins.
It's a performance piece. It comes fully prepared as a performance piece.
It can be done close up, though. That's the thing.
Yep.
It's a performance piece, but you can do it close up.
Yep.
You're not going to be showing, I don't know whether it's something you're going to pull out the bar, a little bit like your nut and bolt. That's clearly more direct.
I'm saving that for the roller coaster at Luna Park, and you know it.
Yeah, exactly. But this is something that's maybe like you're at a party or something, or if you're on a first date, or something, or maybe you want to show it to your cat or Roger Federer.
You've just found the love of your life on Tinder. Check out this stuff I found at the Salvos.
You could tell your inexplicable Tinder find. You could show your inexplicable thrift store find. Say you're at a dinner party and there's a cat, Roger Federer,
a roller coaster.
A roller coaster. You'd go, hey, would you like to see this very strange piece of object d'art? And wrapped up in a story and a conundrum. No, it's a good bit. This I like Inexplicable Thrift. I like Explicable Thrift Store fine.
I see. Well, explicably, I'm not a fan. I think the method it's a bit convoluted.
What's wrong with you?
There's a bit too many steps involved. There's the counting. There's moving of objects. There's a little. I'm not a huge fan of propless mentalism. This is the opposite end of the extreme.
There's a lot of props.
Too many props in mentalism.
I mean, it's different to something like Occultatum, which we reviewed in the last episode.
Occultatum seems natural.
It's so much more natural. It's just
direct. It's direct. It has
I get what Phil Smith is doing. Like, he likes to create pieces, show pieces with his magic, and that's absolutely fine.
Yep.
But I don't know whether you'd have trouble spinning this kind of story. And as Kamal said, it is quite convoluted. I almost look at it like when the cards are being revealed one at a time, you don't know that till the last one. So you don't actually know the order those cards were supposed to be revealed until the last prediction card, which is always the last one, tells you. And so you kind of got to backtrack like, oh look, and it said that. Remember when it said that? There's like a sort of 20-second gap, 30-second gap before you can... Hard to explain without revealing the method and stuff, but... yeah, I'm not a massive fan of it either. I'm not a huge fan of it.
Okay, so Dean,
I'm not a huge
balls
fan.
out of the bath on this one.
Balls out of the bath.
Are you buying this, or who is buying this?
I personally am not buying it.
Yep.
But I can see why. If you want something different.
Yep.
If you look, you've done your cards, you've done your coins, and you're getting into a bit of mentalism. If you're doing if all you do is mentalism, this would be good for you because it's something very different.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I think this would maybe suit an intermediate style magician, intermediate
Like
amateur.
Roger Federer, for example.
Like Roger Federer, great amateur magician.
Yeah.
And is that still empty?
Yeah, it's always been empty.
Yeah.
It's been empty forever. There's never ever been any liquid in there.
Excellent.
Since Sean sent them to us.
Yep. And so
It's inexplicable.
I think this could find a home with some people. For the experienced professional mentalist, definitely not. For the absolute beginner amateur, definitely not. If you feel you're somewhere in the middle, I think this could be for you.
I'm just trying to think of what that person in the middle is. Who that person is.
That's Malcolm.
What do they look like? Malcolm.
Yes, or...
It's inexplicable.
It is inexplicable.
Kamal's comedy is inexplicable.
Most of the time it is. Most of the time. But that is it for today's episode.
That's it. We went through all of our recurring weekly segments there.
We did. It was fun.
It was fun. Thank you for joining me.
Oh, it was my pleasure.
Oh, no.
Absolutely.
The pleasure was all mine.
Let's come back to the Piper Magic Studios again.
Let's come back again in a couple of weeks' time and review some more magic that you might want to buy or you might not.
Yep. Get the nut and bolt from last episode.
I bet you everyone buys the Inexplicable Thrift Store because they've got to buy stuff we don't like, I reckon.
You think?
And so you should, because you can make it work. What do we know? Cheers for now, and we'll see you around. See you around, kid. That's another Star Wars reference.